What's going on, good people? You know what time it is. You either get right or you get left. Go ahead and get right. We got you covered. We're going to actually have an aftermath show where we actually let the fans in as well as the Birdcage crew tonight. So hit that like and subscribe button on the way in. We got a few things to talk about. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Birdcage. We actually got the magnificent Birdcage in the building tonight. We got Coach Cam, we got K Dub, and we're also going to open it up to the fans tonight because we actually want to have a little bit of, as what we would say, little after party of the interview that we had with Mr. Buck Bellew earlier, speaking on the Falcons. How y'all doing today, fellas?
I'm doing great. Good to be in the building tonight with you, the historian and Coach Cam. Great to see the Birdcage alumni coming back together again for another show and some off-season news and tidbits. But other than that, good to be in the building.
Man, Coach Cam, what's going on, man?
Hey, let's get to it, man. It's a lot we got to. It's a lot we got to dive into. So
Let's go ahead and start this thing off with with what we were talking about what happened with Buck Bellew speaking on Michael Penix Jr. earlier. That's gonna be the first thing we're gonna start with because everybody want to talk about that. Now, if you didn't see the interview earlier, please go ahead and tap into it. We got it posted. Definitely, he had to do a little something earlier because he's currently doing a show right now. But the thing that you got from Buck Bellew today, he said it's still a possibility that they could be looking for a quarterback because of the injury history, but he still thinks that Michael Penix Jr. should have a fair shake at it, but he feels as if competition should be brought in, as he was saying. So, and he also mentioned Stetson Bennett, Stet the Jet, today. So he said the Rams could possibly cut him and the Falcons could get him for nothing as a backup at this point. I said as a backup, not as a starter. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean,
go ahead, K-Dub, this your boy.
No. Who you talking about? Stet the Jet or Penix? Which one? I mean, both of them are boys. Well, that's what I'm saying. Hey, I'm all for it. Well, the more arms in the quarterback room, the better. And I just feel like if we can get these guys for dirt cheap to help our cap, because we don't have the greatest cap situation, I think it will really help us. I mean, everybody's coming in with a clean slate. Everybody's learning the new offense. So let the best quarterback win. I mean, I do love me some Penix, but I do love me some Stet the Jet too, man. I mean, he brought me 2 natties to the University of Georgia. So, I mean, hey, look, let the best quarterback win. I just want to win, man. If he gets beaten out by one of these guys, then that's just what it is, man. I mean, hey, he didn't cut the mustard for the coaching staff and for the quarterback coach and for the head coach. I mean, it is competition. I mean, that's what I played in. if you didn't when you went into a wrestle off when I was wrestling, and if you didn't win, you didn't wrestle, man. So it is what it is. It don't matter who I like. It's about who's the better player for us and for the team. So I say bring in the competition, like Buck Belue was saying, and let's go. Let's get it.
Cam?
I love it. Honestly, like and to Mr. Blue's point, I see both sides of that coin. Because with the greatness or with the little, portion that we have seen when Michael Penix has played well, you can see how much more fluid the offense is when he's able to read his keys, get the ball out, is given time to
I think you ended up. I think he ended up freezing.
dissect the defense and what he's seeing. So when you can you hear me?
Repeat what you said, Cam, one more
Yeah,
time.
you were freezing, Cam.
Huh.
Well, hey Cam, pop out and pop back in. But
Okay, he did.
yeah, I just got to get him to pop back out and pop back in.
He'll
But
come back.
when we sit back and talk about it, I think the competition aspect is good. And I'm not saying bring in a guy that can't threaten the position, because as he said before, and we spoke on this earlier, you have to understand you have to understand competition breeds success. And when you talk about the success of quarterbacks, nobody is above that. And I mentioned earlier Joe Montana, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, especially a clutch quarterback. And if you look back at it, they had Steve Young. Steve really wasn't even going to go to the 49ers, but Bill Walsh kind of sold him a bill of goods to bring him in. So when you have two great quarterbacks into that room, it became an animosity, but it was a competitive animosity that pushed both to great feats, and it made that offense that much more dynamic. So I'm okay with the healthy competition, because you're going to get the best out of whoever's in that room with Penix.
I think that's what the organization didn't do when Matt Ryan was here. They didn't really breed competition behind him to get ourselves prepared for when he did fall off the cliff. And those last couple of years that he was here, we could have easily had someone prepared to take the reins over instead of going through the dismal years with the Desmond Ritters and so forth and so on. So, but I think they're doing the right thing right now, even if Penix is on that rookie contract, and bringing in that competition, man. Even if it's a Malik Willis or whoever it may be, bring those guys in and let's go see who really has the best arm, who really understands, reading the defense, who really understands the offense, and can make this team continue to go get 10 plus wins each and every year to make it to the playoffs and and vie for a chance to go get a Super Bowl. So, like I said, man, I'm all here for it. I'm here for competition. I'm here for because I'm bred by Kirby Smart. Being a big Georgia Bulldog fan, iron sharpens iron. I can keep giving you all kind of slogans that he got over there at UGA. So, I mean, let's go, man. I'm ready to see what they're gonna do and who they go after. It's be very interesting who they put right there behind Michael Penix or in front of him. It depends on if they beat him out. So it depends on who they go and get and who they put in that quarterback room. It's going to be an interesting offseason and see which direction that Ian Cunningham and his staff would like to go.
I think you're absolutely right with that when you talk about which way. And I nicknamed Ian Cunningham's staff the cleanup crew. There's a reason why we call it the cleanup crew. And I said it earlier to Buck. I said, hey, you can use this on the show, but just make sure folks know where it came from. But Ian Cunningham, Kevin Stefanski, Matt Ryan, that's the cleanup crew right now, because they have to put everything together at this point and figure out, you got 5 picks. Are you going to trade back to get more picks so you can have what Ian Cunningham did when he was in Chicago and left with 10 players out of that draft? Or are you going to look elsewhere and try to bring in some folks and fleece some people for players that might be coming up on contracts to help already add to what we have. And that right there for me, and it's not just the quarterback spot. I know the quarterback spot is the major spot, but I think that when we talk about it, I believe the whole team should not be comfortable, because when you see them let go of a Kadero Hodge, who is a Pro Bowler and was definitely, in my opinion, y'all can say what you want, he was a better special teams player and overall player than the Felipe Franks, and they're keeping Franks here still. That right there should tell you something. They're not keeping anybody around that doesn't need to be around. They're getting rid of folks. And Darnell Mooney's going to be the next casualty, but it's going to clear up cap space to bring in more money. So business is business at this point. But speaking about business, we got to talk about Kyle Pitts getting franchise tagged and everybody having an opportunity to talk about it. We haven't talked about it as a collective group yet, like really talked about it as a collective group yet. But I see a lot of things at this point when it comes to Pitts being franchise tagged and how it's going to affect us in the future. And what I see it affecting in the future right now is just one of these things. The thing that I'm afraid of is we're going to lose Drake. Once you lose Drake, you lose a lot of production at that wide receiver spot at this point.
I just see us losing Drake, though.
Money, he's coming up on contract. And they're going to pay Pitts, and they got to pay Bijan coming up next year as well. And it's going to cost. That's the thing. Drake is going to be looking for top money.
I just feel like there's clever ways of keeping those guys moving forward. You may have to get rid of some other people on the team, but I feel there's clever ways of keeping those guys. Maybe extending Drake instead of giving him a new deal, kind of give him an extension. You can do all kind of ways to kind of keep these guys in the fold, and maybe kick it down the can, kick it down the road a little bit, and then before you give them a max deal or anything like that. But that's just my assumption. But we'll see how Ian Cunningham runs this cap and how he basically manipulate these books and everything over here.
I think, and I'm with you on that. How do you feel about that, Cam?
It's real easy to manipulate you can manipulate the money per se, because like you said, if you extend Drake now, it doesn't do too much harm to the cap.
Right.
So and even then, like with certain players being moved out of here, and there's going to be about 4 or 5 players who get their contracts reworked, so that's going to also free up money. With Kirk being released or being pre-released, that clears up a lot more space. So we're looking anywhere from between 33 and maybe 40 mil. Doesn't seem like a lot. It doesn't seem like a lot, but if you use it correctly, where you can bring in certain people, and keep the most important people here, like you said, Caden Ellis, as of right now, is probably the oddball out, in my opinion. Because, like you said, you got to bring back Drake. Because if you lose Drake, there's no guarantee you're going to bring someone in or even draft someone that's been as productive as he has been in the first 4 years of his career. So, do you give up 2 years of a potential all-pro player, a guaranteed 1,000+ yards, on a hope and a dream, or do you figure out a way to say, hey, we see this person being a key contributor moving forward. How do we keep them here? That's the biggest thing right now. How do we keep these players here?
I just feel
because you have to, again, like we said it before, now that we know that pitch is here, a choice has to be made. It's either going to be an offensive choice or a defensive choice, and that further lets us know the direction and where this regime wants to go. This is going to be the thing that I was talking about. They have to make a decision now, because you're going to lose one or the other. You can't keep both.
So Cam, go ahead, K-Dub. Because I know K Dub
No,
was trying to say something.
I don't want. I wasn't trying to cut him off, but I was just saying that they need to quit trying to hold on to these guys because that's what our organization does. We try to hold on for guys too long, but we need to go ahead and make a decision on Onyemata and Jake Matthews, man. Quit trying to hide over there, man. Being quiet. We need to get rid of that, man. And get that money too, man. Get them guys off our books.
Yep.
Go ahead and go fresh. This is a new regime coming in. So if you don't win 10, 12, 15 games, we're going to understand because you get that first year, that mulligan. So go ahead and go young in this draft and go ahead and replace these guys, man. And go ahead and just free up that cap space with these old guys making up this money, man.
Yep.
They're talking about Kirk Cousins. We need to get Jake. I'm saying your name because you keep trying to be quiet. Jake Matthews, we need you up out of here. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Onyemata, you did some decent service, wasn't great, but decent. We need you up out of here. We need that up out you, cuz. And then we need some of these young guys that we keep drafting to get in there and start playing. But that's all I want to say, and then we can go back to. I just wanted to get that out. I'm sorry, Cam.
No, you good, big.
Hey Cam, what's going on with your camera, man? We can't see you, bro.
I don't know what's going on.
All we see is a black circle, man. Pop out and pop back in, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get Coach Cam out the building real quick. He'll be back. And we also let you guys have the StreamYard link or whatnot. So if you guys want to tap in, you guys can. I'm gonna actually put it on X as well. I just put it on the YouTube site, but definitely got to put it on X for folks that's in X. But I'll say this, man. The craziest thing at this point, you know, is you got to look at, as we always say, you got to look at leadership. Jake is one of those things that, like K-Dub was saying, eventually you're going to have to cut bait. You're going to have to. He's a fan favorite. If he wants to play, find somewhere that suits him. But at this point, we got to get you up out of here, man. That's the last of the Mohicans. You know, I'm still saying it right now. Get Felipe Franks the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
He was never supposed to be brought back in here anyway. That was all on that big dummy that we talk about.
You big dummy.
That's pretty much who we was talking about when we talk about Raheem Morris. He brought him in. He has emotional value to me.
You big dummy.
And nothing else. So, yeah, I stand on that. For all you Gator fans that's in here, I had a Bulldog in here earlier that was talking. So, you know what? Kick rocks. But I know y'all want y'all boys up in here to shine, but they've done more damage than help. I stand on that. Uh-oh.
I understand what people are saying in the chat about Jake Matthews, but you got to think about it. Man, this guy was playing with the president he played with Matt Ryan. It's time to go. You've been too long. You're a fan favorite, but wasn't Grady Jarrett a fan favorite? We moved on from him too. So hey, don't act like it can't happen. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all have to realize Jake Matthews has been in the NFL for what, 15 years?
Yep.
His ability to move those legs with these younger crop of guys coming in, and you saw it a little bit last year. He's losing a step. So again, do you want to move on from him and get someone else in his space that can possibly do his job, or do you keep him here another year and train his backup? That's really the issue at hand. Like, Jake Matthews is not a bad player. He's actually one of the anchors of this offensive line. Let's call it for what it is. But again, Father Time has never lost a game. He's undefeated. So when you look at Jake and you looked at him this past season, the injuries started to add up a little bit. He was getting beat more often. And in the run game, he's not creating the push that he's supposed to. So again, like there's so many things that you can, when you really look at the game and break it down, he has value. So do you move him and get something for him, or do you hold on to him and hope the person we bring in learns from him and then jumps into that starting role the following season?
So Cam, here you go. This is pretty much what it was. His overall grade was 69, which is the lowest that he's had since he's been here in Atlanta. Pass blocking was 82%, but the one thing he was good at was run blocking. It is 54%. You do the average of that, 69% is not good, especially for a veteran of his stature. Look,
all I know is the last game of the season, Machado attended, that boy was getting whipped like a stepchild the whole game. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, all I can say is at this point, you just gotta do what you gotta do. But coming into the cage, we got Graybeard sliding up in here.
What's up? The gray one. What's going on?
Captain Velcro.
Hey man, I'm tired of you, man. I'm tired of you. I'm tired.
Oh,
So,
you
man,
tired?
What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, what's up?
Hey, what you say? You tired?
I'm tired.
Tell me how tired you are.
Tired.
Oh, it's tired enough. Like,
Look at this. The brother finally decides to stand up like a man and throw down.
Just what we doing? I understand the throwback Thursday, but
rest in
what
peace,
we doing?
Tupac, baby, watching Juice. Yeah, you darn right. I'm sitting there going there with that.
Yeah. I'm with you, Nando. One of them got to go. But we just gave McGarry. We just gave McGarry big time money, man, before he got hurt. Right before he got hurt.
Man.
So
It's just like
hold on real quick.
the heck?
So
I'm not hating on this guy now. I'm not hating. He had outstanding service. He was an outstanding service for the Atlanta Falcons the time he was here.
So here's the thing, Ant. If you want to speak on that, I did post the link in the chat, because here's the thing. What I am gonna say is this: look, it's a "what have you done for me lately" business. Look, he had a great time here in Atlanta as one of the best offensive linemen during that time. Father Time is undefeated. In other words, homeboy skills has eroded.
Yeah,
you saw that.
I can't believe he said that.
No. I got you on this. When you look at run blocking was his strong suit. That right there is just as strong as Tommy Hearn's chin was when he fought Marvin Hagler. If you want to be honest, that's where it's at right now. So if you want to know the truth or whatnot, if y'all don't know, I'm a fight fan, by the way. For those that's there, let's just keep it a buck. What up, Ant? I guess he ain't popped. There we go. What's good?
What's up, Ant?
I've been waiting to talk to you because me and you been going back and forth on X. See, your ass in the page today. I know, no, it's all love. It's all love. But your ass, listen, but your ass in the Terror Dome tonight. This ain't the BirdCage. This the Terror Dome. So you gotta come correct tonight.
All right. So this my thing on Drake Matthews.
What's up?
He's been in the league 12 years, and a lot of people for some reason act like he's been bad. Like he's been a steady left tackle for 12 years. Is he the same left tackle he was 5 years ago? No. But if you're saying get rid of him right now, I said he just got it because you got to get a replacement for him. Most left tackles coming in the league take 2 or 3 years to really get their feet wet. So you go throw a left tackle on his side, and it's not an upgrade, and you decide to bring Michael Penix back. I don't think that's misguided. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not saying 2027. I think this year is the last year this offensive line will be together like this.
Okay.
I think they got one more season together, and then next year they'll start transitioning.
So I'm gonna answer this for you. I'm gonna answer this for you and my guy in the chat. So here's the thing: you want to know who his replacement was? Guess what? It's Bergeron. Bergeron learned how to play guard coming to the league. Bergeron was a tackle at Syracuse. He was a Swiss Army knife. The guy that will be coming in at that guard spot would be Jack Nelson. So if you want to know how that's gonna go, you sitting there saying that, but Nelson played guard and tackle at Wisconsin. He's a dual threat.
He played up and down the line. He played up and down the line.
And he was better at guard than he was at tackle, if you want to be honest.
And you got Mr. Callahan up there coaching this thing. He say if he go to Stefanski and say, man, this guy's washed. He's been a great pillar to this organization, but we got a new regime coming in. You don't owe they don't owe Jake Matthews nothing. You didn't play for us. We don't know nothing about you but what we've seen on film. And right now, what I seen in person did not look too good.
And
So
I tell you
I'm
the
just
truth.
saying.
And
I'm
I
not
saw
saying
that at the Jets game that I went to. And let's be honest, that was a game that was run heavy. And if you want to know what most of the pressure came in at to stop the run, it came on that left side. It
Well,
came on the left side.
to be
And you got
honest,
to understand, when you talk about a Matthews on that offensive line, going back from the granddaddy to his dad, run blocking is a staple for them. Now, Clay ended up playing middle linebacker. We all know how that went in the sun. But when you talk about the Matthews family at offensive line, that's a well-respected name.
yeah,
So right now,
yeah, absolutely.
and I'm not saying he's horrible, but the skills are obviously eroding him right now, and you see that.
Absolutely. I'm not sitting here saying he's not going down, but if you look at Jake Matthews' career, he's never been the best run blocker anyway. He's always been a good pass blocker. And in this particular offense, you might need a better run block on the other side. I'm saying next year. I ain't saying they owe him anything because we don't know what Bill Callahan gonna say. Bill Callahan is a trait. He's a trait guy. Anybody know Bill Callahan? He likes 6'8", 330-pound tackles. He can mold.
Yep.
The guy that had Dwayne Leffert was more of a technique guy. That wide zone scheme that he wanted to do. He don't really coach the traits. He coaches technique. So I'm saying one more year, Jake Matthews. Now they got to go draft somebody now. They got to get somebody in the fold with 5 draft picks this year. They can't hit every need. So I'm saying keep him one more season. Maybe draft you a young guy this year. Maybe bring you an undrafted free agent in. Somebody you can develop. I think Bergeron truthfully is better for the right side. That's just me.
So
I'll put him on the right side, and I'll bring in a pass blocker for the left side if you keep Michael Penix. But if you keep Michael Penix, you got to think about you need a better pass blocker for the right side.
So here's the thing. When you talked about Callahan, we had one of his former offensive linemen on this show with Lincoln Kennedy, BirdCage alum. Talked to him earlier today. He's doing pretty good. And I asked him about Callahan. You think about it. Link was 6'6", 335 pounds. So when you talk about a guy that brings a lot of girth to the table or whatnot, that can move, go back and look at the footage of what Link was. Truthfully, Link had a Hall of Fame type career.
Oh,
They
Link was a dog.
just aren't giving him that because he played for the Raiders.
Yeah.
And the committee has a hate towards the Oakland Raiders, LA Raiders. Pretty much they punish a lot of guys because of Al Davis, because of how he went against the establishment in many different ways. But when you look at the type of lines that Callahan has had, go back and look at those Raider teams that he was the head coach of, or when he was the offensive coordinator when the Tuck rule happened, and you look at everything that he's put his hands on. He's had multiple Pro Bowlers on that offensive line, even in his Washington days. So Callahan, and I said this with Daniel Hatman when he came on here, Bill Callahan is the closest thing to a Howard Mudd in the NFL. And Howard Mudd is one of the greatest offensive line coaches and was a former lineman back in the day. So if we're going to talk about it, we got an upgrade there, but you got to give him pieces that he can work with. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that offensive line be together in 2 years. I think it'll be totally different. They go all be 6'5" and up.
I just feel like
6'5", 6'8",
what Ant's saying. I just feel like when Callahan there and the kind of lines he had, he finna whip them boys into shape. I just feel like I don't see the line that he want. I just don't see it right now. So he gonna go ahead and revamp that line.
And that's why I was saying what I was saying when it comes to Jake Matthews, because again, we've seen how great he can be when he's at his top form. But this year and last year, those injuries started to pile up a little bit.
Yep.
He's not playing the same. The speed of the game is a lot faster, has gotten faster over the last couple of years. So this year, you kind of saw his technique being outworked just by natural talent. So when it comes to that, here's the question that a lot of people are refusing to look at. Because Jake Matthews is the prototypical type of player that Callahan usually likes to have around, Is he going to be more so of the veteran guy that's holding the space for the guy that we draft to get him ready? Or are they going to keep him too long where we're
Yep.
not in a position to bring somebody in and now we're putting our quarterback, whoever that may be, in jeopardy of being hurt? Because that's the long game that we all have to look at. Because with this franchise, we know that they think if we keep certain pieces, we'll be just fine. And that's been the Achilles heel of this team over the last 8 to 9 years.
Agreed.
Julio,
Every
Matt
everything else.
Ryan. So again, it all goes back to the philosophy of how we work together to make this thing make sense. Because right now, we can go 1,000 ways with it. But everyone who's watched the game knows that Jake Matthews is declining, and there needs to be a fix there within the next this year or the following season. But it has to be soon.
I don't think this line will be together in 2 years. I think this will be completely gone in 2 years, the whole line. Except
Like
possibly Bergeron and Lindstrom. I think everything else will be gone.
those two right there are going to be the catalyst for the new offensive line.
For the new line,
And here's
because
the other
that's locks up the left side. Now we got to fix the right and the center.
And
Exactly.
here's the thing. You don't even know, like, here's the thing that we got to also talk about. We don't even know what direction they're going to go in this draft. Possibly could trade back to get more picks, as I was saying earlier. However, we don't know what direction they're going to go. Whether they're going to go offense, whether they're going to go defense, whether they're going to trade back and start filling up the offensive line or possibly trading some stuff away to get some stuff. Yes, Ian Cunningham says he likes picks. I get it. But here's the thing that y'all also aren't paying attention to. He'll take a player, as he also said in the press conference, best player available. In other words, even if he's got to get rid of some picks to bring a guy in here to be a piece to help elevate this team, that is something else he will do. So again, at this point, we got to see which way it goes because it could go either or.
I just feel like either if we trade down or if we stay where we at, I just see us taking a receiver with our first pick. It's just my opinion.
I actually
Receiver,
agree with you.
cornerback, possibly. I think receiver, cornerback, that could be. I think
I
it's
got
cornerback as well.
I got to go in another direction.
That's nasty work if that's the case.
I'm gonna tell you this. If I got, because here's the thing, you get a receiver at any point, and I'm talking about a very good receiver that can end up being something nice. But I'm gonna give you this: you need a D tackle. Buck Bellew said this earlier today. He said it earlier.
I believe we get that in free agency.
This is what we need if we're gonna address best player in the draft. My thing is, we need to get a defensive tackle because this draft is loaded with D tackles right now, and you can't go wrong with a D tackle. And then I would say get you a receiver, but you gotta snag one of the big boys because truthfully, the best defensive tackles that are in this draft are gonna be in the first and second round.
Yep.
And that is what we got to do because guess what? The defense is going to keep us in many ball games, and we have to strengthen that and then start fixing the offense throughout the other rounds and the later rounds. But we got to get that piece because we already have a defense in place. We just need about a piece or two to actually be consistently be competitive when it comes to giving our offense chances to gel. Because the offense ain't going to click to probably week 7 or 8. Just going to keep that a buck with you.
Yeah, but this goes to my next question. Which player on that defense do we keep and which one do we let walk?
Well, here's the thing. David Onyemata got to go because he pretty much stole money.
Yeah.
He's gone. You still got Kentavious Street that's got to go. I mean, there's many players that they're going to get rid of and ship out.
What about Trey?
Yeah. Trice, at this point, I think they're going to keep him because he's on a rookie deal. But let's just be honest. If he can't get on the field this year and he can't produce, it's what it is. I know they're going to be like, oh, well, this is his first year really starting.
Here's my thing. Here's the reason why I brought up Trey. We still don't know the situation with James Perry Jr. And my thing is, he's not playing. He's not gonna be suited up week 1. I'm hearing him suspended for like at least minimum 6 to 8 games. And then we don't know what direction, like I hear we're going in this draft or even in free agency, whatever the case may be, because this is a totally different organization now. From GM to head coach.
I
It's like
just
a
feel
blank,
like
it's
Got
like
on
a
the
blank
roster,
slate.
right?
I feel like free agency we attack that D tackle, man. That's why I feel like we're going receiver that first pick in the draft.
But
We might
here's the
actually,
thing: if you get a quality, here's the thing: you asked who was going to replace Pierce. You still remember that we still have a former Georgia Bulldog and Leonard Floyd.
I
that's
know,
still
I
on the
know,
team.
I know.
And
But I'm
no,
talking
you
about
asked. I'm answering the question
Right.
because my thing is this: it'll be cheaper to take a guy out of the draft opposed to going to get a defensive tackle that's going to cost you money at this point. And then you could groom him in this defense, and you'll actually be able to cover up a lot of his deficiencies because of the type of defense we run.
No, I like that idea. I'm just saying with Trey, if he's ready to go for the training camp, do you give him an opportunity to see what he got? We know what we like with Brandon Dorley.
No.
Brandon Dorley can stay in.
No.
I'm talking about with Trey. Go ahead, Coach Cam.
No. The answer is no. No. Hell no. No.
Yep, there you
Who
have
he
it.
saying no to somebody in the comments or Graybeard?
No.
He was just saying.
Let's think about it. Braylon Trice, since college, has missed 3 consecutive years of football since the national championship game against the Michigan Wolverines.
A
Really?
It's been
lot of
3
football.
consecutive seasons that he's missed due to injury.
That's a lot. That's a lot of football there.
That is a lot of football missed. That's a lot of rest. And then on top of it, the rehab that he's going to have to get through to get to even get prepared to get to game shape, to try to get ready to actually play physical football for a full 60 minutes. It's not happening.
It's not just him. And here's the thing: you're talking about it's different with Penix being hurt with his knee. He's not in the middle of the trenches. He actually can back up and try to get away from that, even though still got to get that straight. Price is going to be hand fighting in a closet in an area that's not much bigger than the closet, and you got bodies flying around, and you got a guy that's going to have to make sure mentally he's stable enough to do that. Now, to address Dre, he was a top DT this year, but here's the thing. I need you to look at his first 2 years here in Atlanta. He pretty much disappeared. 1 year doesn't mean anything. One year doesn't mean anything. And that was why we were saying when we allowed Calais Campbell to walk, we paid the wrong guy. We paid the wrong guy.
We did it twice.
Yeah. We did.
We paid.
And they didn't want to go with Calais because he's old, but here's the thing. Calais is still putting up numbers.
Consistently.
Consistent was the word last year. Consistently right is the phrase this year. I don't need you to be consistent this year. I need you to be consistently right this year. Make me a believer.
Make it make sense.
Facts.
Make it make sense.
Here's something else we got to talk about. And before we get to it, you know what? We're going to take a quick commercial break. Y'all know how we do. We got to go ahead, get a little water to wet the whistle.
Tax season is the toughest time of year for some. Don't let individual taxes, business taxes, and audits keep you down. If you're looking to save time and make the most out of tax season, check out Upscale Professional Taxes. Free quotes, rapid returns, individual and business taxes filed. Also, cash advances up to $7,000. Simple, secure, professional. Call now to get the maximum refund you deserve. Also, you can receive up to $100 for each referral to Upscale Professional Tax Services. For more information, contact Tax Specialist Cinquay Mentor at 404-993-0642. Your refund awaits, so don't hesitate. Call now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You know how we get down. Got to promote our buddy. It's tax season. Please, if you're in the surrounding Atlanta area, please make sure that you check out Cinquay Mentor, better known as Scoop, aka the Black Wall Street. He has his own business, and he's definitely in good with trying to make sure that your business is getting back the most in your refunds. So please check Cinquay Mentor out. Now back
Hey, that
to
brother got on the turtleneck.
I couldn't even have something serious happen without you wanting to sit there and clown. You know what?
For every dummy, there's a dummy.
Every dummy, there's a dummy.
Hey, we
See?
love you, Scoop, but I have to shout it out, brother.
No, see, this is why you got the Fred. This is why you got this sniper.
For every dummy, there's a dummy. Got us know.
Why you had to do that, Cam?
Hey, brother, should have let me
Don't
say
worry,
it.
don't worry. Just know I got something for you when you start professing in the coaching business, and I have a little something for you. I'll make sure I have something for you, but just know I'm gonna have something waiting for your ass too. But anywho, let's go ahead and get back to it, man. Shout out to Mr. Damian Mitchell in the building, the son of the legendary Jim Mitchell, who should still be in the Ring of Honor. Hey, Atlanta Falcons, do right, man. Put this man in the Ring of Honor, please. Y'all BS. Andre Rison, Terrence Mathis, Julio Jones, Roddy White, all those guys had to pass him. He's number 6. He's number 6 on the pass catching list with yards, touchdowns, and everything else. Please put this man in the the Falcons Ring of Honor. Please do right. Y'all not doing right by some of these Falcons legends, man. That's one that you need to. Y'all want to sit here and talk about Kyle Pitts being the best damn thing smoking? Hey, go look at some footage of this man's dad. Kyle Pitts wish he could carry his jock strap, and I stand on that. Now, let's get back to it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you can say, oh, Lord, all you want. The production and the numbers don't lie, and the footage don't lie.
I'm not disagreeing with you, sir.
Oh, I know. He can't carry his jock strap. And I know it's people that's going to be mad at me for saying it. But you know what? It's okay for y'all to be mad. But guess what I'm going to tell you?
Don't be ignorant your whole life.
That's all I'm going to tell you. Because it's there. It's there. The proof is in the pudding, baby. Well, y'all about to get me to start passing the collection plate and becoming a little crooked evangelist around here. John, we missing John.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Got us another.
Yep, he did run a reverse on the line of scrimmage multiple times. That was a key play for Jim Mitchell because of the speed he possessed. But most people don't know that he was a running back in college unless you really do your homework. Let's get back to it, man. Talking about the current Falcons right now, definitely had to pay some homage to a legendary Falcon. Man. Oh, I guess he getting ready to try. Look, you about to try to inspire something real quick. You gonna sit there and mess around, call me Reverend Historian. Well, you know what? If I'm Reverend Historian, I got Deacon K Dub right next to me. Ask the collector play for my man.
Deacon Dub. Deacon Dub.
Deacon Dub in the building.
We got Deacon Dub in the building, man. That's how we go. That's how we go do it. Hey, hold on. How we say it like this here? I'm sorry. I'm sitting here. My stomach hurts, and I'm just laughing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Reverend Historian in the building tonight. We must understand that the Falcons literally have to get some things right this whole season. We must sit back and say, I am somebody. You must understand that we are tired of losing. We must get this right. And Matt Ryan, you must get your head out of your posterior. You understand what we are saying right now? This is how this goes. And Arthur Blank, you sit your butt in that chair and you let your young fellas work. Understand this. This isn't the coalition push. This is called the push for the Falcons to actually win a little something. We call it the Dirty Bird Shove. So let's go ahead and get this Dirty Bird Shove going and get Ian Cunningham back into the winning ways. Back to our regular scheduled programming. I am the Reverend Historian. Thank you and good night.
I'm surprised you didn't call him Hyman. From the Chitlin District to the Diamond District. From Catfish to Wilderfish.
Oh, please check out
Listen to here.
you and also after you finish putting money in the collection plate, please stop by at the Birdcage Cafe and check out Deacon K Dub's catfish platter, collard greens, and yams, and macaroni and cheese, a side of cornbread, and some sweet tea. Thank you. It's only $8.95 a plate. Thank you.
And the lemon ice cake also.
Hey,
Hey man, I'm sorry, man. Look, Jesse
hey,
passed
Graybeard's the
away.
adjutant. He's the adjutant.
Hey, Jesse passed away, man. I got to pay some kind of homage to him, or whatever some kind of way be it. The Reverend Historian.
That was good. That's it. God bless the I want some hush puppies for you too, Michael. The Husky, we got some hush puppies too. Spicy hush puppies.
Hey.
Hush puppies with a kick.
Oh Lord.
Oh, y'all see, this is what happened, man. It's been a long time since we done laughed like this. Damn Falcons keep us crying, so we got to laugh some kind of way. But let's get back to the next topic at hand. What we gonna get to replace the production that Tyler Algier, and I'm not saying replacing Tyler Algier, but the production that Tyler Algier has had, and what person do you think is going to actually come up and do a little something?
Ooh, good question. Gonna miss Tyler. God.
I mean, if you want to bring someone in, there's two running backs that may be available. The first one would be Breece Hall, because Breece Hall and Tyler Algier run almost the same exact way. They both run. They run pad level, they run low, and they run through you. They don't run around you, they run through you. And I was going to say David Montgomery, but I don't believe that Detroit is going to let him go. I believe that they will extend him at least another season. But the running back from the Houston Texans, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name.
Damian Pierce?
No.
The other dude.
Agula, whatever his last. His sister played in the WNBA, but he's also a north-south runner, and he loves contact. So if you're going to bring in someone that's going to either complement Bijan, I would say go with a Breece Hall, because you can use both of them in the backfield, one as a receiver and one as a running back. Or you can go get the other guy, in my opinion, which is more of the Tyler Algier Punisher type back, and 3 yards and below in the red zone. So that's someone that you will want to also bring in, because they're both going to be cheap. Both of them would be dirt cheap.
Man,
I would love Breece Hall, but I think he want to go for and start. He
I'm gonna tell you who I
would
would
fiddle with nobody.
Emmett Johnson out of Nebraska, 5'11", 200 pounds, runs a 4.5, great vision. Also has great strength for a guy his size. And he also can catch out of the backfield, and he can also do some other things. Another guy would be Mike Washington out of Arkansas, 6 feet tall, 4.4 in speed, 228 pounds. He's about a biscuit or two, really a tic-tac or two away from 230. But those are some of the guys that I'm looking at, and I paid attention to how they run. But I got to give my HBCU boys some love. Y'all know this. Curtis Allen, I talk about at arm's length if we can get him. But I'm gonna give you another running back, North Carolina Central's own Chris Mosley. Tough runner, 5'11", around 205, 210, strong as a bull, can run through arm tackles, and definitely is tough. And then you got the Delaware State running back, and Marquise Jones. That is
He's
another
good.
one that's a problem.
I
So,
like
I
him.
mean, when you look at it, we literally got the pick of the litter that we can go. And if you don't want to draft a guy high in the rounds, you can always go and get guys as undrafted free agents. Because Buck Bellew talked about this earlier today. He spoke about Jesse Tuggle because he was the quarterback's coach at the time at Valdosta State when Jesse Tuggle was playing. And remember, he came in as an undrafted free agent in 1987, year I was born. And he made the team, played special teams until he became the middle linebacker and never gave up that spot. So, as I'm saying right now, it's all diamonds everywhere. The question is, like Buck was saying, are you willing to go get guys that can play no matter where they come from? That's the question.
I mean, with this new scouting department, man, we about to find out.
We got to wait and see. So wait and see approach, because again, like you said, this is a whole new scouting department. If this was the scouting department from the past, absolutely not. We know that they're not looking at the schools to find the best players with the best talent at the smaller schools, smaller levels. The old regime has proven that. So it's a wait and see to see what they're going to do. But again, everything that we do, regardless of how it goes, it always goes back to what we do with our free agency, with our free agent players. It all starts there.
K-Dub, I want to ask you this because we spoke on the running back situation, and I'm gonna have some footage when we do our draft shows, because right now the combine is going on. Everybody's gonna look at that, but I want to wait till after the combine, and then I want to start pulling up some footage of some of these young men that we're talking about. And when you look at vision, speed, patience, and things of that sort, what do you think we're going to need when it comes to having a replacement of production for Tyler Algier at this point? What you got?
I mean, like I say, I see us going. If you want to go the veteran route, you go one of these guys that's kind of been banged up. That's out there. They'll be out there. You got, I like J.K. Dobbins. I mean, he had a little injury history, but you about to get for the dirt cheap.
No, I mean, no, Cam, let him finish. Cam,
don't do him like
Cam.
I
don't
just
do him like
that,
Cam. No,
I know he's had the injury history, but I'm throwing out guys that we can get for the dirt cheap. If we're getting rid of a Tyler Algier, that means that we don't have the money to go get a guy of his caliber. So you got to go down a caliber. So like an Austin Eckler, Isaiah Pacheco, something to that. Guys that we probably can get for dirt cheap because they've had injury problems, and we can bring into the fold, and then we can probably draft again. But then I would personally go into the draft because I feel like running backs are a dime a dozen. But I said if you want to go the veteran route, I just threw out a few guys there.
And the only issue that I got with Dobbins is not the injuries, it's the fact that he has a fumbling problem. That's the one thing that I always look at. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And that's the only issue I have, because guess what? All running backs are gonna get beat up and injured. That's just part of the position. But when you do look at it now, his injuries are one thing, but the main thing that Tyler Algier did that nobody else has done on this team, Tyler Algier has never fumbled the football, and when he did, he got it back. So he technically on the books does not have a fumble. So we got to get somebody in here that can hold on to the football, because every once in a while, I know Bijan is the truth, and I know he is nasty with it. He has one of them fumbles that
you haven't had one use.
He just has one of them fumbles that's
fat man's road.
That's just pretty much what it is. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and run that back.
I throw out another caveat. I don't know. I know he said, you got Nick Chubb. You can get him for dirt cheap. I know he had a lot of injury history too. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out guys that we can bring in here for right now. Just for right now.
K-Dub, all respect, bro. No disrespect at all. Bijan already has a fumbling problem. I don't want to pair him with someone who has a worse fumbling problem. I'm not worried about because, like you said, this isn't a 1990 every play down running back system anymore. It's a quarterback. It's a running back by league now. It's a running back by committee. So if we can get him to do 5 to 15 plays, cool. It's no issue. His problem, he fumbles as much as he breathes. That's the problem.
You know what?
Nick Chubb, I would bring in without a second notice, even with his injury history, because we know what he has done,
Yeah.
productivity wise, and it would almost match up with what Tyler Algier left with. He
And
don't
he's
fumble the ball.
and he's had success in this offense playing with Stefanski in the past. So I'm just I'm
And
just
These
so
guys
I'm just throwing
fumbles
I'm just throwing guys
often.
out there that I just feel
Hold
like
on, man.
we'll solidify that position probably in the next 2 years, but right now just a replacement for Tyler Algier because he does need a breather running mate. I ain't gonna say a running mate because they run Bijan into the ground. So he does need a spell. We need to have a running back that's on the dirt cheap. We can give for about $2-3 million that can come in that's serviceable. And I'm just throwing names out there. I know these guys, a lot of these guys have a lot of injury history. You know what I'm saying? The Nick Chubbs of the world, the Michael Carter's of the world. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys out there.
And here's the other thing.
Kareem Hunt, all kind of people.
Kenneth Walker III is out there, and he's gonna be looking for money, but I don't think anybody's gonna pay him though. He's gonna have to settle. He's gonna go somewhere that'll play him, but I don't think he's gonna get the money that he thinks he's gonna get. That's just me. And all you could do is just sit back and just shake your head at this point. But as I said, I'd rather go get a young back right now. That's just me because it's a lot cheaper to get one of these dudes. And at this point, the one thing that transitions at every level is running the football. It transitions at every level. It's a learning curve with pass blocking, but putting the ball in those guys' hands and telling them which way to go, they've been doing that their whole life. That does not change. It's the pass blocking, and it's really learning your assignment audibles and your checks. That's mainly the thing that changes. Seattle doesn't want to pay that type money, Wallace. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but Seattle's not getting ready to pay that type money. They've already come out and said that, bro. So at this point,
especially at Charbonnet under a rookie contract.
Exactly. And the thing is, with all these running backs that's coming out here, Seattle's been notorious for getting running backs for the low. And you still got a Kenny McIntosh that's coming back next year that will be healthy. He's been out all year. So again, he will be healthy. So all I'm saying is at this point, you just got to look at it from that standpoint of they're not getting ready to re-sign him. And unless you're a Bijan, a Saquon Barkley, a McCaffrey, if you're not in that category, you're not going to get paid that type of money. Period. You're not going to get paid that type of money. And yes, Walker had the MVP, but I mean, let's just be honest. He ain't in that category with those three guys that I just named.
No.
Not at all.
Are we able to put Jahmyr Gibbs in that list yet?
Yeah, you can. Because Gibbs is in that category of being elite. I just didn't throw that name out there, right offhand. But he is an elite guy.
They gonna pay Gibbs. I bet you that.
Yo, why do you think Montgomery is gone?
Yeah.
They gonna pay Gibbs. Gibbs is the closest thing they've had to Barry Sanders since Barry left. Just to be honest, he's not Barry. He's not Barry at all. But when I say the closest thing to production, he's producing like Barry was producing. The difference is he's got a better offensive line.
You see DeAndre Swift found his second win in freaking Chicago.
Yeah, DeAndre is a monster, and he fits that offense, and he fits that style of football. You got to understand, that's a Philly kid. And if you know anything about Philly athletes, they play with a chip on their shoulder, and they play angry. Unlike some folks that we know that's from Philly that don't have a chip on their shoulder, and they ain't tough like that.
Coaching matters.
I just say it like this here. Wasting money on that. And I'm just going to throw it out there. This is just how bad it is. When we saw that,
It's still just as funky as a fat man's drawers.
That's pretty much how bad it is. That's pretty much how bad it is. Y'all can sit there and come at me all you want to, but I stand on it until that joker turn the corner to me. 1 year don't mean anything.
What else we got?
Exactly. Thank you, Zay.
Hey, this is Florida all over again.
Thank you, Zay. I've been saying this, and people want to say, "Oh, he from the burbs." Been saying this. Thank you.
This feel like Florida all over again for Kyle Pitts.
Swift is from North Philly, not North. North, Norf. If you don't hear that, that's not true Philly. But let's get back to it, man. You know, of course, I'm gonna throw my shot up in there. And speaking of shots, Kyle Pitts took a shot at the Water Boys the other day. If y'all didn't see.
What?
Oh yeah, but here's the thing. But respect to Trey, because Trey even came on this show when he did come on here, and Trey spoke up for Kyle Pitts, and me, I didn't. And the bad part about it was Pitts called him 3 goofies. Now here's my thing. That's how you know you made it. When they finally start acknowledging what you're saying and they get in their feelings about what you're saying, you made it. So congratulations over there, boys. Y'all doing y'all thing. But I agree with you on this. I agree with them on this. Why are you calling them cats goofy, but yet and still your ass hadn't produced? You got this year that just went by and your rookie year. But all the other years were not sweeping away. We get the injury, but you came back on the field and you played. You were still ready to play, even though physically you weren't all the way there. You still stepped on the field. You still took snaps. I don't give a damn. If you were not ready to play, then you should have sat your black ass on the side. Period. Yeah, I'm talking like an old man right now because excuses are tools of incompetence, and everybody gives too many damn excuses. Tired of that. Tired of that. Stop giving excuses and start giving truth. That's the problem. A lot of the fans in this fan base don't accept truth. They don't. If we're not pacifying guys or patting them on the back, we're not real fans because we tell the truth. No. The truth is the man had a good year last year. The 2 years before that, he was a true unicorn. He rarely was seen. So again, let's see if this plays out this year because you're playing with a coach that likes to use tight ends. If you produce this year coming up, I have no problem with giving you your props like I've done this year. But damn it, I'm not going to sit here and just give you an easy way out. And you getting mad at people because they hold you to a standard. You were a 4th round pick that we took in the 1st round.
The only tight end in NFL history in the top.
So
5.
again, you have expectations to live up to. Yes, you have guys that did not use you properly. But guess what? Brock Bowers had the same damn problem. And he did not produce. So yeah, we can use that measuring stick. Stop making damn excuses if you're Falcon fans at this point. Stop it. We know y'all been ready to talk trash about this man balling this year. But again, y'all don't want to accept the fact that when he had opportunities before this season, he did not live up to expectations. Wallace, they used him in the Arthur Smith offense too. He just didn't produce, bro. It's okay. This is what I mean when I say folks do that. They used him this year because guess what? Drake was out. Mooney wasn't there. That's the reason why he had the numbers that he had. Same with his rookie year. Come on, man. When he had weapons around him, he wasn't putting up.
Same with his senior year at Florida.
But no one wants to talk about that, though. Everybody wants to say we're haters because we're pointing out the obvious.
Here's the thing, Wallace. Here's the thing. And everyone on the panel knows I am not a fan of Kyle Pitts whatsoever. Everyone knows. He's the 50-50 man to me. That's why I call him 50-50. Because on one hand, he'll show up and he does what he's supposed to do. On the other hand, you might see him, maybe. He might run his route, maybe. He might catch it and hand it to the other team. We've seen him do it. But here's the thing. When it comes to the NFL and getting paid, McGarry has proven that Atlanta is dumb enough to overpay for a great season. The one thing about this whole situation, Atlanta was actually smart to use the franchise tag. Because guess what? Half a season, you're not losing much. And you can walk away from them or give them up for something. If you give them a full-on contract, you're stuck to that for years. So again, at the end of the day, what has Pitts truly done to deserve a contract or a long-term contract from the Atlanta Falcons based on his personal performance? Let's not be homers. Let's be honest. Because if it was anyone else, we'd be saying get him out of town.
Troy Anderson.
Why does he deserve a contract?
So, yep. Thank you. So, okay. So you say he always gives 150%. I know you might still have some of that leftover coquito or whatnot you sipping on, but damn it, you know you out your rabbit if you gonna say that. Because he damn sure didn't give 150% during the times here. The only person that I saw doing that during dark times was Drake. Drake been doing that since he stepped foot on the field. And the game that he grew up in was against Baltimore. When he fumbled that football and he took those sleeves off, Drake was a different player after that play.
Okay.
That is when he had his grow up moment.
I would have said it was Detroit. I would have said the Detroit game.
Only reason I say the Baltimore game is because he cost us 7 points on that drive when he fumbled. And he took that game into his hands and became the monster that we know right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
So for me, I got to have a guy that's going to ball out no matter the situation. I need you to be a professional at all times. I don't need you half-assing. I need effort, not just when we're winning and not just when you're featured. You really have to be honest with yourself. I'm going to tell y'all like this. Y'all are only infatuated with this dude because he was drafted that damn high. I'm sorry. This is the reason why we are a mediocre franchise, folks. That's why we don't have no damn Super Bowl trophies. Like, damn. Like, that's why I can't do it. Like, today, you know what? I'm normally a host, but you know what?
Oh, here we go.
I got to become a fan.
No, Lord.
I got to become a fan somewhat for a split second. Because, see, y'all.
Oh, here it is.
Everybody say hello to the back.
And I'm here.
Crap.
I won't smoke right now. I won't smoke right now.
Can I answer his question?
Go ahead, because I'm getting ready to turn into the bad guy. I already been the reverend. Now it's time for me to turn into the bad guy.
Hey, Wallace, if you have an employee who consistently gives you mediocre work, are you going to give them a pay raise?
No.
But they do just enough work where they're not hurting the company. That's Kyle Pitts. He does just enough not to hurt the company. That's Kyle Pitts.
You got a guy on this team that can replace him easy. Larry has seen it. I've said it. Smitty has talked about it. Because I talked about him when he was at South Carolina as Josh Simon. Truthfully, he should have been drafted, just like Kobe Bryant. There were many guys that didn't get drafted that had great production that should have been drafted. Nick Nash is another one. and he's in Washington right now. So again, we've had management to miss fumble and manage talent going back to the day that this franchise was started. Call me a hater, so the hell what? We've fumbled this stuff. We should at least have a Super Bowl. And I ain't talking about the 2016 team. I'm not talking 2016.
Should have had 2.
Really should have 3, if you want to be honest. 1980 was a prime example. And Buck Bellew said earlier, his guy was Steve Barkowski. He said, I tried to pattern my game after him. I just didn't have the arm that Steve had. The 2012 team should have been in the Super Bowl, if we're going to be honest. 2014, them boys should have been in the Super Bowl. I mean, we can go on and keep talking about the fact that we've mismanaged talent in this ball club.
We have.
But everybody is so high on potential. I'm done with potential. I need guys to just produce at this point. I don't want to hear, oh, well, he's got the potential. Well, they're not using him. Okay. So when they use him and they do this or whatnot, what do you consider that? Because 2 and 3 touchdowns ain't gonna cut that mess every year. And I almost cussed just now.
You did.
I almost said something I ain't need to say.
True.
It's a problem at this point. My thing is, can we start bringing in competent players? Y'all can say I'm an idiot. Y'all can say whatever you want. I don't give a damn. We don't have a line. What's up?
Everyone knows that I'm the biggest Julio Jones fan here, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna correlate all of this. What was the one thing Julio Jones was great for?
Never having 2 things that match.
Y'all ain't never got 2 things that match.
He had yards without the touchdowns. And that's Kyle Pitts. I hate to say it. I love Julio Jones. I am the Julio Jones #1 fan in the world. Julio was great for yardage, terrible in the red zone, terrible scoring touchdowns. That's Kyle Pitts. That is Kyle Pitts. He'll get you yardage. He'll get you first downs. But he's allergic to the end zone. He's sick. And again, and I'm not going to put all of this on coaching. So please, I don't want to hear nothing else about how they're not using him. Because I've watched Kyle Pitts extensively where he's one-on-one and he does nothing to beat the person in front of him. It's Kyle Pitts. It's Pitts. If you say Anthony Richardson one more time.
Before I let Zay go, man, look. So, Bobby, just to answer this, Anthony Richardson is a one-trick pony. And that right there is something that we don't need. And we already have Penix that's here, but Penix has to still develop in a sense already. We don't need 2 quarterbacks that we need to develop. We already got one that still got a few things we got to work on with Alex Van Pelt. Coach Van Pelt's here.
Who wants a quitter?
And then on top of that,
he quit on his team.
And that's my thing. Anthony Richardson is a guy that I wouldn't trust to spend a lovely evening. Seriously. That's how I feel about him.
And then on top of that, Indianapolis not gonna give him up for free. We're gonna have to give up something.
So Zay, what's good, man? What you got for us?
Hey man, I was just hearing you. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? First of all, love the show. I watch all the time. So I'm from the Baltimore area. I'm a Falcons fan in Baltimore. So yeah, man. So it's just the Kyle Pitts thing. It's a lot. You can go so many places with the Kyle Pitts thing, but it's me. I feel like, cause a lot of fans, they got an emotional attach to him. Like you said, the 4th overall pick, but it's just when I look at the 2023 year where you had Jonnu Smith in there, and Jonnu Smith really looked more promising than what he did. I don't know, man. I get where you coming from, bro. I understand. It's just folks don't really pay attention to every little detail. Like you see his route running. Sometimes it's off. Sometimes it's 3 straight games where he not really looking good. The ball not coming his way. Whatever the case may be. But I don't know. It's confusing. It's confusing.
It's not confusing. It's the fact that they don't want to look wrong by drafting a guy that high. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're the ass of everybody's jokes. I'm sorry. We're the ass of everybody's jokes, period.
Every year.
That's how the media be painting us, man. It's just nothing but drama, negativity.
And here's the thing. I'll tell you this. Growing up the way that I did, I used to fist fight over the Falcons, and they were not good. Never let back when I was a knucklehead. I didn't let people talk about the Birds like that. Now that I got older, it was stupid for me to get in the fist fights. But as a fan at that time, a true fan like that, I was willing to put hands. I was willing to bless you with hands, maybe even a baseball bat.
Name God,
but
that ain't the blessing. Punishment.
No, that is a blessing. To get some sense knocked into your head.
No, that's Louis. It's a concussion.
That's okay. That's how Heavenly Father bless him, for he know not what he does. That's all that was.
Giving him RBI. Giving him RBI from really bad injury. Really?
Hey, look, I went from being the cricket Jesse Jackson to and then it was more so I became Huey P. Newton and Eldridge Cleaver all in one. That was what it became.
You used to call me Craig Joe, now they call me Batman.
It's Black History Month, so I'm gonna talk trash like that.
Yeah, you gotta pop your shit.
I talk a little trash, man.
We only got 28 days.
Exactly. But
they call me Craig Joe, now they call me Batman. Man, that was you, man.
But to be honest though, yeah, King, I was. Yeah, I was one of the ones that did not mind. Just being honest with you, I was one of them fans. And you got to understand, I'm a dog fan as well. So I was already doing that with Gator fans. So doing it for the Falcons wasn't nothing else. I still despise anything that come out of University of Florida that we take. Because nothing has worked out with this damn team drafted from that school.
And you seen
picks, but whatever.
Yeah. And you seen that big old lineman from that was in Tampa. I think, he came from Florida too, and he couldn't really get like his weight together.
No, he failed himself because he couldn't back away from the refrigerator. That was his issue.
He was too big.
And now I will give you this. Now, if there's anybody that I will take out of Florida, if he drops, there's a guy. Well, he played at Illinois first. That's why I say I take him. But George Gums, monster edge guy. If we lose JPJ, you want to talk about somebody who can replace that. George Gums is a dude who, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't want to owe him money. He one of those. Okay, Doug, you smiling because you know I ain't lying. Because look, he made life hell for Georgia this year in that ball game.
That was even closer than what it should be.
Exactly.
The main factor.
But here's the thing. But Mike, to be honest, Trask has never really had a true opportunity to even be a quarterback at this point, to be honest.
He was back in Tom Brady, bro.
And then ended up getting booted for Baker Mayfield. But lastly, fellas, let's go ahead and put this out here, man. When you look for the draft and things that we got to get, what would you like to see these guys do? Would you like to see them move back? And what caliber of player would you like them to bring to Atlanta when we talk about change?
Change. I mean, for me, I'm kind of inclined with you getting that defensive tackle. If we can, but if we can trade back and get more pick, probably three, possibly four more pick, I'm down for that. I am down for that because, like I said, we don't know what we're gonna do in free agency. Like I said, it's pretty much a blank slate. We don't know where we're going direction-wise. We know that Kirk Cousins is getting duped. We know some players from the offense and defense are walking. So gonna be kind of interesting what route and direction that Ian Cunningham and the rest of the scouting department go. So, but D tackle, what I'll probably get first.
So, I ask y'all this, because Dan Orlovsky said it earlier, and our boy Scoop, posted it. Should the Falcons trade for Mac Jones? Are you buying it? Says that Dan Orlovsky hasn't been wrong with quarterbacks so far. So I'm asking, would you bring him in to push Michael Penix at that point?
But the asking price.
That's the only thing we need to know. They haven't said.
And then on top of that, are we gonna have to sign and trade?
Again, I trust Ian Cunningham because I saw what he did in Chicago. And looking at the organizations that he's been up under, I trust that we'll actually get the most bang for our buck.
I tell you that if we do something like that, that lets me know we might trade back just to recuperate.
Okay, Dub. We can't hear you, bro.
If we decide to do something like that, we'll trade back. It'll just make sense.
Yeah, we're gonna see if he can pop out and pop back in.
What do you think, Coach Cam?
Oh, hold up.
Never mind.
Okay, Dub.
All right. Now, what I was saying is, I believe that we attack that D tackle, like he's saying, in free agency. As soon as free agency opens up, I'm gonna stick to it. I believe we go receiver with that, either that second round pick. I'm for trading back, but this draft is not a deep draft, so either I trade back for future picks. I wouldn't trade back for picks in this draft, but I just don't feel like this is a deep draft. Like if we do go running back, I'll say it'd be in the third round. It's just not a deep running back draft, in my opinion. I'm not a big advocate for this draft. Now, the draft after this, the year after next, is loaded. But I just feel like this particular draft, if you trade back, go for future draft picks, not draft picks in this draft. But that's just me. I feel like we'll attack the offensive and defensive line in free agency, and we go get somebody another toy in the second round, or we may trade back into the third round. But that's my opinion of what we're going to do with our picks.
I wouldn't take a chance on Drew Allen because he couldn't throw a 5-yard out if his life depended on it. I'll pass on that. Again, we don't need to be in a situation where we're developing something that's not good. So for me, I wouldn't take it. And here's my thing: if you take a quarterback,
I got that quarterback coming out of Arkansas. I think he's a good developmental guy to put Penix. That's just me.
No, I got you on that because he actually had a lot of yards in the SEC. The only problem I had with him was he just put the ball in harm's way too much.
Oh, I say he's developmental guy. I didn't say he was ready to go. I say he's developmental.
No. He's got a cannon for an arm, and I think he's good. But if it's anybody I'm gonna take, I'm going to take Steven Gronowski. He played at North Dakota State, transferred to Iowa, did not have weapons or whatnot. Man, I give you 2 minutes because we getting ready to shut this thing down. What you got, Dre?
Played at North Dakota State, transferred to Iowa, did not have weapons or whatnot.
Hold on, Dre. You got to mute that, bro, because we catching feedback from the TV. I know he's watching right now. We appreciate that.
Yeah, what you got? North Dakota State.
It's still loud, bro. You got to turn that down.
You got to mute that, bro, because we catching feedback from the TV. I know he's watching right now.
Let me go ahead and mute it. Just put a thumbs up when you get to a point where it's quiet, so you can talk.
You ready? You ready?
Go ahead.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Perfectly, sir.
Oh, hold on.
Go ahead, Drake.
Hold on, let me go back in. Let me leave.
We see you perfectly, and we can hear you.
You good, Dre?
Yeah.
Dre got to pop back in. But whoever, I'm with you on that. Like, Nando said it like this, man. If you take Drew Allen, you might as well take Anthony Richardson. Hell.
Did the quarterback do the combine yet? Because I know
I agree with
the combine just started today.
Yeah.
I agree with Wallace
on this. I agree with Wallace on this because Badgett is a guy that Ian Cunningham brought in and he actually is fond of. So I can see Badgett coming here. That's what I'm saying. That's an Ian Cunningham guy.
Yeah, I seen that today. I can see that, but we'll see what happens. I can see that.
Who asked for LR? Who asked who was
No. He was just asking how would you feel.
I think people be trolling, man. I think people be trolling.
Oh no. He just said this is the thing. He says he's not an Aller fan. He's not a Drew Aller fan at all. He was just asking because people are starting to try to talk about this guy, but I'm like, this dude was horrible.
He's wrong. I would go back to Ritter before I go to that guy.
But that's what I'm trying to get at. This is not the key thing, everybody, all listeners, this is not a strong quarterback draft. That's why I was saying the guy out of Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? He's the developmental guy, but he has some tools and some traits that you can probably work with to build on. It's just me, man.
I know this fool didn't say that.
What do you think?
I know he did not say I will go back to Ritter. Are you serious?
Oh, Heavenly Father.
Yeah, I ain't go that far. That didn't come out of K-Dub's mouth.
And the damn sure ain't come out of the Reverend Historian's mouth. That's all on Cam.
Look, y'all follow me on this, right? Y'all know I started as a Desmond Ritter fan, right? Y'all do know this.
No, we know that. We know that. We all did though. I ain't gonna say that. We can't say it. We all did. We really wanted it to work.
Yeah.
I watched Drew Aller in the third and fourth quarter go from first round quarterback to an undrafted quarterback in the second half. Like Ryan said, the boy couldn't throw a 5-yard out if he wanted to. If he wanted to, he couldn't do it. So no, I will go back to Desmond Apple turnover Ritter before I would ever think about Drew Aller as my quarterback. Boy, you lost your.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
and please don't hate Kenny Pickett either.
And on that note,
who said Kenny Pickett?
Nobody said Kenny Pickett. Nobody said Kenny Pickett. Calm your jets, man. Oh, listen, I need you to go from 60 to damn 0 real quick because nobody said nothing about that joker.
More like -5.
What?
This is a sick Negro.
Seriously. But anywho, well, ladies and gentlemen,
let it go, man.
Hey, so anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys for coming through.
Apple for pizza.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys for coming through. We're definitely gonna have a little something. If you did not get to catch the Buck Bellew interview earlier from speaking on the Falcons, it is listed. I'm gonna be working on some shorts that I'm gonna create so we can have that there because he brought a lot of great insight, and also he talked about them dogs too today. Talked a little bit about them dogs, baby. So for y'all that's not Georgia fans in here, tough. You guys to deal with it. But man, we appreciate you guys for coming through. Great Beard, thank you, Coach Cam, K Dub, we call him Deacon Dub now. And for myself, the Reverend Historian, you know how we get down as you get right or you get left. Please join us next week for the BirdCage LLC at 8 p.m. We have Florida State wide receiver legend. He's a Florida State Hall of Famer by the name of Mr. Kez McCorvey. Michael, down in Puerto Rico, I know you won't like him because he used to play against your Miami Hurricanes, but you know what? You got to take it for what it is, my brother. It's just that. Kez McCorvey will be on next week. I am the Reverend Historian, a.k.a. the Crooked Reverend Historian. We'll catch you next week. Ghost.